Good morning everybody. How are you all this morning? Hope you're fabulous, hope you're wonderful. It's super early this morning. I got up at 5 a.m. literally. Very excited about today. Today is my first radio day. Excuse me while I finish my cough lolly. But yeah, super excited. Really excited about today. I got up early actually just to make sure that I have everything with me, because otherwise it'd be absolute shit house if I rock up this morning and I don't have all my playlists, my run sheet and all that stuff that's necessary for live radio. Now, one thing that I wanted to address actually, because I really wanted to give you guys, you know what's going on in my mind, in my body, my energy. And it's really weird because my energy is super excited and I'm not nervous. Like, I don't really get nervous, and yet my body's telling me something else. It's really just incredibly interesting what takes place from an physiological perspective. So anyway, I don't really know what to make of that, but me personally, I'm okay. I don't know if I'm nervous as such. I don't really go through that nervous process. Rather, I have this anticipation to make sure that I deliver, the best show possible, that I give you guys high energy morning, not just through music, but through, of course, the discussions, the delivery of message and inspiration and motivation and all that stuff. So that's probably more my focus, and why I suppose, my body's having these weird experiences, and so yeah, it's really quite strange. But that's what's kind of happens. And I think personally it's because it's, when there's a first for everything, you kind of don't know the lay of the land, and you want to do the best that you can, and you want to deliver the best show that you can. So anyway, it's quite interesting. But really, I've got my lucky suspenders on. I know that radio is not television, but I thought, cool energy, purple, high vibration, thought I'd put them on. It's all about a mindset thing. So what do you guys think? Like the purple? Always loved actually really weird things and weird suspenders. So these were a birthday present. But yeah, so there you go. Weird outfit for a radio morning when nobody can see you, but hopefully people are going to tune in and hear me. Things you do for us that I generally do. I don't know if people do this, but for me it's necessary just to get the mouth warmed up. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Just 2 seconds ago, I got pulled over by the police for a random breathalyzing test, which was great because I don't drink. But the funny bugger literally just dissed my car for having too many cobwebs on the car. Oh my god! I mean, that was hilarious. That was the most funniest thing I ever experienced, so early in the morning. A policeman with a sense of humor. There you go. That was funny. And yes, my car has far too many cobwebs on it. I don't clean it. I can't be bothered. And second, it's character. Why? Who can be bothered keeping up a pristine, clean car? Anyway, I think I got pranked by the police, literally. That was funny. That was really funny. So this is actually the way to the studios, which is quite nice, quite scenic, particularly in the country. Not sure, of course, what everybody else's drive looks like to their workplace, but this is pretty cool. Like, seriously cool. this art gangster is bringing you some cool ideas and new vibe perspective. Now, of course, whether I'm teaching art classes or straight shooting in a conversation, too often I hear people say, I am not creative. And most have really little idea about their talent. Now, of course, creativity is not limited to only art, dance, and music. It exists in every corner of what we do. Science, mathematics, nature, gardening, and yep, you heard me right, science. Now, here's a name that will not be familiar to anybody. To most, Richard Feynman is a who cares name. But he was one of the most undisputed geniuses of the 20th century. He was a juggler, painter, prankster, jazz musician, and loved playing the bongos. Oh, and he won the Nobel Prize for Physics. Now, he was a dude that nanotechnology is now made famous. Basically, the electronics we use is, of course, thanks to Richard Feynman. But what I really wanted you guys to know, of course, is that he was a juggler, which is what led him to his greatest discovery. Now, who said that you couldn't make discoveries being a juggler? Now, of course, today's program is all about courage, trust in our capabilities, and determination. Who knows, amongst the listeners this morning, there could be an avid 16-year-old jazz musician that in 20 years' time will win the Nobel Prize. So let me illuminate your morning and let me give you one important fact as you begin your journey to living your dream. You will make mistakes, number one. Number two, you will fall. The important thing to remember is this: pray that you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And what better way to start the morning than with my favorite song from Rag and Bone Man. Cake by the Ocean always sounds like a great idea. That was, of course, one of the creative cool gangsters, DNCE, and some of the other artists that you heard were Camila Cabello, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Luis Fonsi, Demi Lovato, and of course Enrique Iglesias. Now, ever thought what it means to be creative? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really equate that to exploring, stepping out into the unknown, and of course, looking at it as an incredible an adventure. And one of the common denominators to creativity, no matter your idea, is you gotta be excited about it, you gotta love it, you gotta breathe it day in and day out, because there will always be days when you will not want to get out of bed, but that fire inside you, your love, the passion, will always be your greatest motivator. The one thing that I'm going to tell everybody is this: that don't be in a hurry to create. If I was focused, for example, in pumping out paintings, I'll tell you right now, I would have a storage problem. So I focus on the process, the moment. Be in the moment, loving what you do. That is the most important advice that I can actually impart to you on this beautiful, beautiful Southern Highlands morning. And good morning, good evening, and of course, good afternoon to everybody else listening around the world. Now, here's a favorite song that I absolutely adore. It is the most inspiring song that I like to put on for special moments. Take a breath, rest your head, close your eyes, you are all right. Here is Imani with Don't Be So Shy. I hope you guys tuned in. I hope you liked it. I attempted to film and give you a little bit more background of what goes on in the station. Of course, I can't put the music on YouTube because of copyright issues, but this is why I wanted to do the radio, because I can play it without any copyright issues via a licensed radio station. So that was really cool. There was a couple of issues in the beginning as I began, because of course equipment is all very new for me and I couldn't figure out some things, and that kind of threw my brain into a loop for a little bit. Even though I'm an absolutely brilliant multitasker, it just gave me a bit of a foggy head for like about 5 minutes. So I had a text from my partner who said, "You've got dead air, you've got dead air." So there you go. The biggest thing that I did not want to do actually happened, and I had dead air for about 5 seconds. So that was quite fun. But other than that, guys, it went really, really well. Quite chuffed with that. It was really cool to monitor the program as I went along. I made sure that everything was on track, and also the thing that I did, as you might see in the footage in the studio, is that I began to, you know, edit the actual run sheet that I did before at home. So sometimes, even though you are prepared, you know, to the ladder, to the T, to the end point, you never really know how something's going to go until you go live. And so that was really, really interesting observation from my point. But again, you know, my if I can impart a positive outcome out of that, is always just be flexible. I've always talked about flexibility as being key, because to be rigid in something and follow that strict, you know, protocol, you won't be able to kind of, you know, change direction swiftly and easily. So flexibility was key, and just understanding the programming and the time frames, etc., etc. So yeah, it was really good, really, really, really good. Really happy with that first radio station program, my first show. The next one will be far better next week, so I'm excited to bring you guys along. I've got a new program set up, and 7 degrees Celsius, really, really hot. I want to thank you all for watching the vlogs. Thank you for being part of my journey and my life. This is something that, you know, I really do my utmost best to share with you in every second that I have, truly, because as much as you know, I film these videos, then I have to go home, edit them, upload them, and of course YouTubers and social media uploaders also have a life, so fit in everything else in between that. But nonetheless, I thank you guys. I love you for your dedication of watching my content. See you next time. Have a great day today. As I always impart my greatest love to you all, remember that you are 1 out of 7 billion, and that is incredibly unique and incredibly special. And so I'll encourage you all to live your most authentic, inspiring dream life. I love you. Until next time. Bye guys.